Today's Chiefs Report is presented by Roan. Get fitted with Roan today and get 20% off with code ChatSports at roan.com/chatsports. Because coming up on today's show, we get to some camp updates, including some injuries that have started to pop up. Never like to see that, but got to inform you. And Nikko Remigio turning heads, second straight offseason, balling out. Could he make this team? We'll get into all of that as well. And listen, July is almost over, which means we're trying to move up the ranks in new subscribers this month. We're close to the top 5. It's been a strong month here on the Chiefs Report. We appreciate all of you. Can we catch the Cowboys report, maybe even the 49ers report? If you want to support this channel, hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications. We will continue to keep you guys in the fold. And real quick, before those updates, mailbag time, hashtag Chiefs or Super Chat to get those questions answered on the show. You guys enjoyed last weekend's mailbag. We'll run it back this weekend as well. I'm Harrison Graham. Let's get to some injury notes. Nate Taylor tweeting out that the Chiefs say that Justin Watson has a left foot injury and Nazeeh Johnson has a right knee injury. That's a concern. We'll explain why in a minute. Nate Taylor saying earlier in the practice that Justin Watson's left foot was being attended to by a trainer. And look, we'll just start with Watson here. Bit of a bummer, and look, even though he's been one of your more steady receivers the last couple of years, I think he's fighting for a roster spot. I don't think he's a lock by any means. I think Rice, Brown, and Worthy are the only locks at receiver. I'll just count them up real quick. Sky Moore, Justin Watson, Kadarius Toney, Nikko Remigio, McCole Hardman, Justin Ross. That's 6 guys probably fighting for 3 spots, if we're being honest. Like, Justin Watson had a good year last year. He was one of your more consistent receivers, 460 yards and 3 touchdowns. But there's a ceiling with what he brings to the table. He's not a burner. He's not 6'4" or anything like that. This is bad timing for him. Now, it's early on in camp. Hopefully it's not a major injury for Watson. But the one thing he's got going for him, other than the fact that he had a pretty decent year last year, was that Patrick Mahomes likes him. And if Mahomes vouches for him, that's going to go a long way. But if things are equal and they want to go with more speed and keep a guy like Hardman around or something like that, I think that definitely could be the case. And again, it's a bummer for him because he's coming off his best season in the NFL. A couple of good years here in 22 and 23. Certainly trying to build something if you're Justin Watson. But, this is a setback. When you're in the middle of a competition trying to make a roster, you certainly don't want to get injured. So we'll keep tabs on that and see how severe the injury is. The Chiefs Report, like we said, sponsored by Roan. The Males Closet was due for a radical reinvention, and Roan stepped up to the challenge. Get 20% off roan.com/chatsports. Use code ChatSports. They'll get you fitted for all occasions, whether you're going to a wedding. You can get fitted out with their nice dress clothes and throw on one of their blazers. You can go to the golf course, little short sleeve polo, summertime, going to get you fitted out. Pants, shorts, they got it all. And looking good is easy, but feeling comfortable, feeling good, that's the challenge. And their 4-way stretch fabric on their clothing products, that is the difference with Roan, in addition to the fact that their clothes are machine washable. So not only are you going to save money at checkout, 20% off code ChatSports, you don't have to go to the dry cleaners anymore. Wash these puppies, air dry them, you are good to go. Roan has changed my life and my attire. It'll change yours as well. RHONE.com/chatsports. Code ChatSports for 20% off. Link is in the comments and in the description. Check out Roan today. Okay, let's shift to Nazy Johnson too as well. That knee injury the Chiefs say they have, same ACL he tore in camp last year. Now, I'm not calling it an ACL injury, but that gives me pause, right? Like that's a bit of a concern. And it's unfortunate because in 2022, he was your probably best special teamer. I mean, he made the team because of special teams. And going into camp last year, he was competing to maybe get some cornerback reps, tears his ACL. This year, just the other day, Steve Spagnuolo says he is in the mix to be your number 2 corner, opposite of Trent McDuffie, between him, Josh Williams, and Jalen Watson. So that is a huge bummer for him. This could open up that competition down to 2 people. So we'll see what happens there. Hopefully it's not major. Hopefully he didn't re-tear that ACL. That would really just be an absolute bummer for him and for the Chiefs' depth also. I mean, that definitely would take a hit a little bit there overall. Now, it's football, contact sport. Even if pads aren't on, guys get hurt, just the way it goes. And it's better to happen now than in September, right before the season. And if it is a major serious injury and they want to go out of vet, there's still guys out there. You could bring in a Stephon Gilmore or something like that if you wanted to do so. But we'll wait for a bigger diagnosis and see where it goes. But if he's out for an extended period of time, you're down to 2 probably with Jalen Watson and Josh Williams competing for that number 2 role. How concerned are you with these a couple of injuries here? Scale of 1 to 10. I mean, overall, I'll say 5. I don't think either of these guys are, make or break guys for this team, but they're both contributors, and they're both guys competing for not only roster spots but playing time. So I'll go 5 out of 10. It's not like Travis Kelce's gone down, but certainly not nothing either. These are guys that we'll continue to monitor. On the more positive end of the spectrum, Nikko Remigio showing out today at Chiefs training camp before they have their first off day tomorrow and the pads go on Friday. Matt Nagy talking about Remigio, saying he's a prime example of an undrafted free agent who came in and is an absolute true professional every day in the meeting rooms, at practice. It's the same speed and the same mentality. You root for guys like that. Guys like him, they find a role. Pretty strong words from the offensive coordinator, and we talked about him a lot on this channel last offseason as a UDFA out of Fresno. He was productive in college. He played really well his last season at Fresno State. He got cut due to an injury designation last year after a strong training camp and preseason. They kind of IR stashed him because no one picked him up, and now he's back on the 90-man roster looking to make a 53-man roster as well. And if he keeps this up, it only makes the decision tougher who you keep at receiver. And for him to do this 2 off seasons in a row, like if he goes out there and has some big preseason games, I don't know how you keep Sky Moore over him if he's way more productive. Because Sky Moore has had 2 years on this team to prove himself, and he just really hasn't. And I'm not saying the guy has no chance of being good, but these teams keep these higher draft picks sometimes longer than they should. Like, he's had 2 years, man. Brett Veach, it's okay if you missed on someone. You've hit on plenty of high-level talent. If Remigio's a better player, keep him around. Save $1.25 million if you cut Sky Moore. Not saying that decision needs to be made right now. I'm saying if a month from now it's clear that Remigio's the better player, then to me it's kind of an easy decision. You kind of wipe your hands clean of Sky Moore and you move on. Will Nikko Remigio make the 53-man roster? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Let us know what you guys think down in the comments section below. Ja'Marr Chase making some interesting remarks about Patrick Mahomes. Certainly nothing new in that regard. Here's what he had to say when asked about the NFL's number 1 player as the top 100 has been released or starting to be released. He says, "I'm not saying him. I give credit where it's due, but I'm not saying his name." What is he, Voldemort? "I'm not saying his name, brother. I'm sorry. Joe Burrow. I'm not saying that guy's name. He's good. He's amazing. He's good. I'm not going to lie. I'm salty, though. I'm a little salty. 2 years in a row, I'm putting Burrow first." And look, I don't expect Ja'Marr Chase to not have Joe Burrow's back. But he's just, like he said, salty that Patrick Mahomes is his daddy. And I know Burrow started 3-0 against Mahomes head-to-head, but last time they met in the AFC Championship game, Chiefs got it done, even though Mahomes had a high ankle sprain. At the end of the day, it's 3 Super Bowls to none. And Burrow, 2 of the last 4 years, has had season-ending injuries. So, this rivalry could get spicy once again this year if Burrow can stay healthy. But you could tell Ja'Marr Chase the last couple of years he's seen what's happened as the Chiefs have gone on to win 2 more Super Bowls, and the Bengals have either not made the playoffs or have lost to Patrick Mahomes the last 2 years. So we'll see how this thing goes moving forward. I got a lot of respect for Burrow, Chase, and the boys, but the Chiefs are the team to beat, and that's because of number 15. All right, guys, that'll do it for today's Chiefs Report. If you want more Chiefs content, you know where to go, youtube.com/ChiefsTV. Share that link with a friend. Hit the subscribe button. See you guys soon. Peace.